I took the van to work today, and the jump seat that I have in the back, it just sits in there, tumped to the side just from a sharp turn. And I realized that I know it's not safe, and I've been meaning to put to mount it permanently, and I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. But it's camping season with the baby in the van. I need to make it safe. So I am gonna make an adapter plate for the L-track. First thing I'm gonna do is go take a tape measure out and measure it 17 more times, because I measured it up a year and a half ago, but you know how it is, measure twice, cut once. Well, I'll measure like 6 times to make sure that my first pass is good. So out to the van I go with measuring tape, and then from there I'll put it in CAD. So it's a little dark, but this is the jump seat. I just have it turned, and there's not a really good way to mount it. So what I have are these L-track that I put in when I redid the floor and the electrical for the van. And so that plate is going to mount to the L-track and then mount to the bottom of the jump seat. Yeah. So normally it faces that way, but I was sitting in there doing something the other day, so I took some notes for the track, the spacing, the hole spacing, as well as where all of the holes were on the bottom of the seat. And then chicken scratched it out and then checked it literally 4 more times as I was doing the CAD. Now I can use Fusion 360 or Creo or SolidWorks, but I always default to AutoCAD. It's like going home for me. So I put all the measurements in AutoCAD, drew everything up, put the radiuses, and again, triple checked it. It only took 2 iterations or so before I was happy with the drawing, and then I dropped it into SendCutSend's online tool, had them quote it, didn't feel it was too terrible for a 1/4 inch piece of aluminum special cut for me, and then went ahead and ordered it that night. Home from traveling again this week, and looky there, I got another package from my friends at SendCutSend. Let's have a look-see. Ooh, stickers. Stickers make it go fast. And some more. Yes, yes. Nice. I took out a scale and everything lines up perfectly. These holes are going to be tapped for fine thread 1/4 inch. So they're a little off as far as, you know, the perfect tap size, but I mean, it's fine. The tap will clean it up. Everything else is spot on, exactly where it needs to be. I do need to take a file and clean up some of the edges just a little bit. Yeah, but other than that, it's perfect. So once again, SendCutSend was an overachiever. I designed this in on Monday, and it's Friday, and they cut it and shipped it, and it was at my door less than a week. Done. First fit check, absolutely successful. So all the bolts line up. There's a little bit of play in the holes, so it's great. And I made sure to space these properly so that they wouldn't all line up in the holes and not be able to catch. So I got all 6 of these lined up. Now for the next, let's see if this one lines up. This will be as shocking to you as it is to me, but they all fit. I had to take the step bit and enlarge this because the panel inside the hole wasn't big enough for the 3/8 bolt. Same with this one, and then on that slot. I had to enlarge that slot just a little bit. And then this didn't have a hole over here, so I put one in. Step bit to the rescue right here. Just so you know, I'm not messing with you. Like, I didn't change anything. No movie magic here. The sun is still at that same level, and all those bolts are in, and they're all the right length and everything. So now I know somebody in the comments is going to tell me about the engineering on this, and did I check this and it's not going to work and blah blah blah. Look, safety is my primary concern, and this L-track is mounted every 6 inches with through bolts all the way through the frame with bumper washers, nylocks, and Loctite on them, not going anywhere. And then these 3/8 bolts on an 8-inch center, it's stronger than probably the OEM seat that was installed for the driver. So believe me, I've taken that one off and it's held by 4 bolts. This is there's no way that anybody's going to tell me that this isn't strong enough to hold this tiny little jump seat. And as you can see, the bolts where they're mounted to the plate, you know, they have washers on both sides, the right amount of protrusion from the nut. The lock washer is fully depressed, so we're good to go there too. All right, it just dropped right into place. Let me get some hardware on that. I had a helper in the project who had to come out. Logan, are you helping?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're helping. Good job. Good job. She helped me make sure that the seat was properly positioned. Look at that. As designed. Just when all was going to plan, I found a little oopsie. So when I was putting this on, I had some help from my 2-year-old, and I realized that the plan was to have this to be flush on this side and not that side. Yeah. So what happened was, because it's a mirror, I put this on upside down. So I could leave it, but every time I look at it, it'll make me insane. So I'm gonna take this whole thing off, flip that around, and remount it. It's kind of a good thing that I have to swap the base around, because I didn't show this before. So in order to get the front 3 bolts on, to be able to access it, to take it on and off, I need to drill these holes in the security box. And so the bolts don't protrude into the box, so I have some Jeep tub stoppers that are going to pop right in there. And I mean, it's not airtight or watertight or bug tight, but this will make it better. So these will be on the inside like that. Flipping the base plate over and then bolting everything down took a lot less time the second time around. We're done. I got everything in place, all of the bolts down. There was one little hiccup. Let me show you that. All right, that's the plugged holes from the inside. Now, this one, yeah, no, I got to clean it out. I will. This one, somehow, that hole in the center. And getting the washer and the nut on there, that was unfun. I had to use my friend the wrench there and go in from the side, and that actually took longer than every other bolt I put in. So yeah. All right, let me clean this out. But everything else went swimmingly, and I've had this seat for like 4 years. I got it from Kurt at NorthWesty, and I've never bolted it down. It's just been a project that I've just been needing to do, and so real happy that finally done right and ready to go. So, you know, just one less thing to do on the Vanagon. Well, that I know of. I'm sure there's 10 million other things. It's a Vanagon. Base swapped around. Now, no one would have noticed it but me, and I think every single day I got in the van, I would have noticed it, and it would have bugged the living crap out of me. But good to go. By the way, these quarter 20s, those are quarter quarter 28. Sorry, they're not quarter 20. Those are in case I want to add something, just a hard mount for something. I already have the holes drilled and tapped, so we're good to go. The first use of the official jump seat here in the parking lot at a taco place. It's nicer than the inside sitting. You gonna eat tacos? Yeah, okay.
This is great.
Yeah.
Dada.
Yeah, it's Dada's van. You like it? I know, it's a VW. You can have it when Dada doesn't need it anymore. That can be Logan's van.